Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel Ruby on Rails Telugu. In previous videos, we have learned what is Ruby programming language and what are the advantages and disadvantages of the Ruby and what are the features of the Ruby program, how to install Ruby in your machine, and we have learned different data types we have available in Ruby, and we have learned basic methods available for arrays and strings. So in this video, we are going to cover string advanced methods, logical operators, if-else conditional statements, and ternary operators. If you haven't watched our previous videos, please go through them, then only you can understand it better. So without any delay, let's get started into our video. So as we have been practicing in the IRB, that is interactive Ruby, this time also we are going to use the IRB for that purpose. So yeah, let's start learning some advanced methods for strings which are used more frequently. Okay, so firstly, as I told in previous videos, if you want to know the methods available for any particular object, you can call methods for that particular object so that it will say, sorry, I did not open the ARB yet. Yeah, we are ready. Yeah, if you want to know the methods available for the strings, you can directly say hello dot methods so that all the methods that are supported for that particular that string can be listed. If you want to search them better now, what you have to do is you have to say hello dot methods dot sort so that all those methods listing is sorted in order so that you can find any method. You can search all methods and you can try out them and you will know the purpose of each method. Okay, so let me clear the screen and again open IRB. So now let's see the different methods we are available with. So one first is include. If you want to know if any substring is included in the particular string, you can use include. Anything, any part of the string you can check, right? If it is not available, it will return the false. If it is available, it returns true. So yeah, it returns the true. And if you are not available with, so while explaining all the methods, you can take notes of it so that you can revise it better. So after include, let's discuss about the size. If you want to know the size, that means length of an string, you can use hello dot string, that string dot size. Let me know if you are bored of using hello world every time. I'm just habituated to use this. And even length also supported. So size and length are just like alias method names. So you can use any of them. And if you want to make the string into uppercase, you can use dot uppercase so that everything can be converted to uppercase. Even if we have any existing uppercase letters, they will remain uppercase and remaining things will be converted into uppercase. And similarly, downcase as well. If you want to convert it to lowercase, you can use downcase. And here I need to explain one thing to you. We have one more method as well, that is down case interjunction. Not only down case, but every method has one more version that is available with interjunction mark. So let us try to find the difference for normal down case and down case with interjunction. Let's say a equal to hello world. Okay, so now let's do a dot down case. It returns the downcased string version, right? But when you want to know the a value, it's still same as the original, right? But if you say a dot down case with that interjunction mark, now if you see a, it's changed version, right? So when you use interjunction mark for the method, it will convert and assign it to the same object, same a, so that you don't need to assign it to some other variable, right? But if you want to keep the original version of the string, you can use the normal method. Most of the all methods have this feature, down case, up case, all these have this feature. Okay, and yeah, that's all for down case. And if you want to make the sentence capitalize, for example, in English, every sentence will start with capital letter, right? So if you want to make that style, you can use capitalize. For example, let's say a equal to again hello world. Pardon for this. Hello world. Okay. And if I say a dot capitalize, it will convert first element into the capital letter. Okay. And what if you want to make uppercase letter into lowercase and lowercase into uppercase? For that also we have a separate method. Let me write one string with mix of up and lowercase. Now let me say a dot swap case. Now everything will be swapped. You can see, right? The capital H became lower h, small e, capital E, right? So that is the advantage of swap case. And now let's learn splitting the string into different chunks. Let's say you want to divide the sentence into words. So I'll say a dot split. Split function will be used to split the string into different chunks. So you want to split based on what? Space. So now you will get the array of different words. I am Gajendra. You can see this, right? Yeah. If you want A as the splitting factor, it will split based on the A, right? Okay. Yeah. And we are going to discuss one more important method, that is sub. Sub is nothing but substitute. Substituting any particular substring from the sentence. I'm writing random words, please ignore them. World is big dot sub. You want to replace the world with Gajendar. Gajendar is big. So, and we have one more method called gsub. So for that also you will get the same output for this particular string. So what is the difference? So sub is nothing but substitute, but gsub means it's a global substitute. So when you deal with sub, whenever the first occurrence happens, then itself it will substitute the particular name, but not for all the cases. But when you use gsub, how many ever times it repeats, those many times it will replace it. For example, if you say just sub, and again I'm giving the word, now you will see only first word was substituted, but the second word still remained word because only first one will be substituted. But if you say G sub, how many ever times it occurs, those many times it replaces, right? Yeah. So these are the methods we have for the, you know, strings. But if you still want to learn so many, as I told, just use any string dot methods. All these strings you can try and find the purpose of every string, sorry, every method, so you will get the best understanding of each method. Okay, I expect all of you have a better understanding of arithmetic operators, so let me start with the logical operators, that is and or. Okay, and this and or. So as you know, and is used when we use and between different expressions. When at least one expression is false, entire statement will be false for the AND case. And for the OR case, it's different. If at least one statement is true, total statement can be considered as true. For example, let's say A equal to 5, B equal to 7. And if you say A equal to 5 and B is equal to 7, as A equal to A double equal to 5 is going to check whether A is really equal to 5. That's true. So true and true will be true in the end. Let's say A equal to 6. We are checking for the equivalence of A is 6. Now it will be false because 1 is false. At least if one statement is false, total thing is false. If we say R, true, because if A is 6 but B is 7, that is true, right? First statement is false. False or true, it will be true. So yeah, and one more thing I want to let you know here is whenever you use and or operator, it uses special mechanism. So for the or case, if at least one thing is true, everything will be true. So if the first thing itself is true, it won't evaluate the second thing. I can show you with the example. Here I am saying A, if A is equal to 5 or B equal to 8. Here you can see I am assigning B equal to 8, right? But if you run it, it came as true. But when you see B, it's still 7. But I have assigned B equal to 8, but it's still 7. What does it mean? It is not executed. Why? Because when the execution comes here, is A equal to 5? Yes, it's true. So as it already true, why should I evaluate other methods? Because in our case, if first thing is true, I don't need to consider other things, right? It's always true. If at least one is true, everything is true. So it won't evaluate this thing. That is why B is still 7, right? But if I give the first thing itself is false, let's say I give A equal to 6. Now you can see B as 8. B is updated, right? Why? Because first thing is false. So for the OR case, if first thing is false, we don't know what will be the ultimate output. We have to go to the second expression. So it comes to the second expression, it assigns B equal to 8. And for the AND case, it's completely different. It checks for the first statement. If the first statement is false, it won't go to the other statements, because if first statement is false, whatever may be the other result, it will be false only, right? So let's just check that. If a equal to 5 and b equal to 8, b will be updated because a equal to 5 is true. So we will go to the next element, next expression. So next expression is b equal to 8. So that will be evaluated. But if first element is false, it won't come till here. It will evaluate here itself. So I just wanted to conclude this. It will be there in every language. I just wanted to, you know, explain as it came. If anybody already have an idea about it, please give a thumbs up. And yeah, in negation, negation is nothing but toggle of the present case. If A is true, not A is false, and if A is false, not A is true, right? And now we will learn the loops, if and else loop. As we have if and else in every programming language, even in Ruby also we have same, but here instead of block, in every language, block is nothing but, mostly it's in between curly braces. In Python, based on the indentation, we will recognize the blocks. So in Ruby, we have do and end, or else end. Okay, so it doesn't have any curly braces or indentation. Let me show. If true, okay, puts I'm in block, and that's it. I'm in block because it's true, right? So if false, it won't execute anything. So if here condition of truth is, if has a false, true or false, if has a false or nil, it won't evaluate the inside block. Nil is nothing but a special data type in Ruby, which is just like null in JavaScript. Okay, nil is nothing but it's not belong it 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 won't belongs to any particular data type, and it's same as nil, empty. Okay, it's a special data type in Ruby. So if the expression in the if conditional block is nil or false, it won't evaluate. Let me show. If it is nil, then also it won't evaluate this, right? But other than nil and false, if anything is there, it will evaluate 0 or 1, anything. For anything, it will evaluate. And for the if else block, this is if, right? For the if else block, we will have like this: if true, puts if else, puts else, end. So for the both if and else, we will have a single end, right? If we have an immediate else, the end will be considered as the end for this total if block. And as we know, else should be followed by if. Okay, and we have if else as well. If else, else if as well. Let me show. If Let me show with example. A equal to 67, let's say. If A is greater than 0, put positive. Else if A is less than 0, put negative. Else, else put 0, and as it's positive, right? So for the else if you just observe that the spelling is E is missed. So that's how else if is there in Ruby. So you can practice number of things with this if else and else if. And we have one more called unless. Unless is nothing but if not. Unless true, do, puts P, and sorry, I forgot. We don't need to give do here. Yeah. Unless is nothing but it's like if not. So whenever the condition is false, then only it gets executed. Right? It's completely like unless is nothing but if not. Okay. For example, let's say a equal to 5, and if a equal to 5 puts true. Okay. If you want to write if a not equal to 5, you can directly use unless a equal to 5 puts true. Okay, let me give the contrary statement. Unless a not equal to 5, and see both of them return true. But for unless case, you will give the completely contrary statement. Both of them serve the same purpose. You are trying to know whether A is 5 or not, but in different perspectives. So that's how we use unless. So now we'll see ternary operators. As we have ternary operator in every programming language, Ruby also uses the ternary operators, same as question mark and colon. So let me show. Let's say A equal to some random number. So if you want to find if A is positive or negative, so if A greater than 0, greater than or equal to 0, you want to say it as positive. So you will say question mark, and here you will say the expressions. So it's positive. You just have to, you know, write whatever needs to be returned. So whenever there are single blocks, then only you can use the ternary operators. Otherwise, we will go with if else only. It's just like if and else. If a greater than or equal to 0, print positive, else print negative. Print is nothing but return. So it will take the value and it will print it, right? And you can have a nested ternary operators as well. For example, if a greater than 0, let's say if a greater than 0, strictly greater than 0, it's positive. Else, again you will check here for the condition if a less than 0, and again you will check for the truth. If it is so, you will say what? Negative. Even if it's not greater than or not less than, that means it's equal, then you can say it's 0, right? This is nothing but nested. So this nested this ternary operator is nested in the main nested ternary operators, right? So yeah, I hope you have learned these things better. So we have covered advanced methods in this video, advanced methods that are available on strings, and we have learned different operators and or negation, and we have learned if else block, if else block, and unless block ternary operators. So yeah, that's all for this video, guys. If you have any doubts, please comment below so I'll clarify them in the next video. And if you have any suggestions, please feel free to comment them. I'll follow and I'll try to improve myself. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe.